As I hit start record today, it's 10:20 PM, but I'm armed with a coffee, football manager's here. Who's ready for some terrible late night transfer decisions? Yes folks, how is it going? And a warm welcome back. If you're enjoying the series, if you want to show some love and support, go down below, leave a like. Editing Jack is going to be up very late tonight, but hopefully this video is up for midday. We left things yesterday with Diakite having a £650,000 transfer bid made on him. You guys kind of reinforced what I already knew. It's just too much to say no to. I do feel like in a weird way, once that sale goes through, I'm actually going to struggle to spend the money the board have given me, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially given the fact that there is these concerns around the wage demands of players with us going full time. I think the greatest challenge really is me being sensible and kind of not making rash transfers for the sake of it. One thing we did discuss last episode was the fact that if I do sell Diakite, is a replacement really needed? We've already signed Michael Carlisle this transfer window, who can play left back. Admittedly, I was kind of thinking the long-term plan with him would be to make him this versatile left-back, right-back sub option. But yeah, if Diakite's moving on, there has to be a call made about a Bangby or Carlisle. I mean, they've both got 1 year on their current deals. It might be controversial. I think Carlisle is probably slightly better, especially because he is 2 years younger. But if there is a world-class, okay, not world-class, but if there is a class left-back out there, League 2 class, League 1 class would be ideal, left-back, maybe I should make a move for them. And while I think about it, with players like Carlisle, probably worth triggering the year extension clause we do have in his deal. I think a left-back is definitely on the shopping list. The other position that is a priority for me is the left attacking mid-area. To be honest, like Herbie James is a great little left-back, just didn't really perform on the pitch last year. And it's a similar story with Louis Zevchovich-John. I love this guy. On paper, absolute quality, but the reality is he just hasn't quite performed to that level I thought he would. I feel like both he and Herbie James on paper should be more than good enough for League 2, and I actually feel like, whilst ideally we do sign a left attacking mid, these two guys as options on off the bench would be absolutely quality. Zevchovich-John is in the final year of his contract, and he is a player who I do think I would like to keep around, or at least avoid the risk of losing him for nothing. We'll ask his agent how much he wants. 1.1 to 1.3 thousand. Negotiated it down to maybe just shy of £1,000. I don't think that's too bad. We've got a first team squad of 21 players. If I can make the average salary for all the first team players, including the reserves, to be £1,000, that would leave us rather comfortably under our current wage budget, which admittedly I could still nudge up a little bit, especially with the sales we've got going on. Plus, who knows, for someone like Louis Zevchovich-John, maybe full-time training is the thing needed to help him fulfill his potential. Have included a 20% promotional wage rise, just needed to keep him happy, but a contract extension of 3 years after promotion means that, assuming we get out of League 2 relatively quickly, this is essentially a 6-year deal. I do feel like when you're doing a Park to Prem save game, trying to get players on longer deals is certainly worth doing. Last episode, of course, we signed DeBio to a new deal, and as part of that new deal, there was a contract extension after promotion, which immediately kicked in last episode. It means his current contract is a 6-year deal, which for this 23-year-old, who I think right now is already League 1 quality, maybe even Championship quality potentially, like, it's just such a great contract he's on. And I definitely do feel like League 2 is the division where getting those promotional extensions is ideal, because whilst it's a competitive league, in terms of the overall quality in this division, and the fact that there are 3 automatic promotion spots and then the 4 spots for the playoffs, I actually think of all the Park to Prem divisions to go through, this is usually the most straightforward. That could be a horrific jinx and a comment that comes back to age horrifically. Let's hope it doesn't. Now, just as a little reminder, we ended things last episode with the transfer window having only opened a couple of days prior. It's only the 17th of June. Our season does not begin for a long old time. In fact, the new season hasn't been scheduled yet. We should get that in around the next week. So there is loads of time to go out there and make some deals happen. And just as a little recap for those of you that didn't watch the last episode, we did make 2 signings in the previous transfer special. Aaron Best has joined us, a player who I actually think is a really, really good option at 18 years old. Probably won't be in the first team, but we'll see. If we don't sign a left attacking mid, he could be the understudy to someone like Herbie James. And the other man we signed, Dakarai Mafiko, I actually feel like the star rating here is really, really underrating him. I feel like if you looked at the star rating and the wages, you'd think, holy overpay. But actually, in terms of his ability, the fact he's 22, bags of potential, I think he's really good. For context, here is Alvarez next to Mafiko. Of course, Alvarez is just a top quality player. But actually, on the whole, I don't necessarily feel like there's a world of difference between these two players. Alvarez, of course, is still on a part-time deal. I ideally want to get him on a long-term deal. He wants over like £2,500 to sign a new contract right now. Still has a contract for 2 years on a part-time deal. But yeah, I don't feel like Mafiko's star rating really does him justice. I think he is great, good League One potential. There's a lot to like about him. Also, can we discuss, I genuinely feel like this screen here is almost one of the best screens in Football Manager. Like, if it wasn't in an annoying pop-up and it was just a full screen thing, this comparison screen just looks very nice and pretty. I feel like I do a lot of complaining in these videos about FM26 and stuff. When there's stuff that legitimately almost looks good, I feel like we should praise it. Also, Diakite, I'm being offered to loan him back for the season, which is an odd one because I don't necessarily feel like I'd want him back, which might seem weird. I mean, I could just have him back, though. It might fall into that Watson territory. Of course, we sold Watson in January. We had him on loan back from Oxford for the second half of the year, but I kind of replaced him and made plans around him being replaced during that 6-month period. The issue, I suppose, is if I loan back Diakite and then don't play him, am I just messing up my hopes of getting any kind of sell-on for him? Oh, potentially, but actually, I think I'm going to take this loan back because it removes a headache. I mean, all that planning I did about left-back, ignore it. Diakite can just stay in the team. I'm quite keen, actually, to get to the date, which should only be in a few days' time, where we get the season tick over and we actually see how we stack up in League 2. Because I feel like that season preview will give me a gut instinct as to actually how much do we need to improve the team. Also, I have to question, in terms of useless inbox items, do I need to know the training schedule during the summer period when the players are on a break? Like, is this inbox item actually necessary? Probably not. I can't remember who these players are that I've got scouted, but I think they are I know who they are. They're the free agents from Premier League teams or players that are running down their contracts. Lots of players who are leading national North and South players. It's not what we're looking for anymore. Some people also mentioned a really good point. It's something that I forget about, and it's quite a recent thing, but in the English Football League, there's now these ESC slots where players that don't get work permits post-Brexit can join the club and basically be assigned one of these spots, and I think it's based on in the first year of their contract, then playing a certain number of games, they can then actually play for the club and get an actual work permit. That does mean that if I want to get saucy, we could look abroad for talent, which, I mean, it probably is an awful idea. Anyway, while I'm yapping along, Diakite's agreed to join £650,000, a new club record sale. Getting him back on loan for the year is very useful. It removes that need to, I feel like an immediately need to replace him and kind of spend big. We signed him on a free transfer. I think Chelsea will get a small kind of percentage of the sell-on. In truth, his kind of level of performance did drop down from the Enterprise South to the National League, and with us taking that next step up, maybe that question mark remains as to, is he going to be the same standout player at League 2 level? I feel like he's the kind of player whose overall quality, and especially his physicals, his pace, against kind of the lower league, non-league teams really allowed him to excel. As we enter the Football League where footballers are a little bit more competent, I don't know if that kind of speed alone is going to be enough for him. With that deal going through, our overall bank balance is now at £1.6 million, which is absolutely stupendous. And in terms of our transfer budget, £1 million for a League 2 team is silly. That is mad, isn't it? Could rejig some of it into the wage budget. If I'm not mistaken, is there still the wage cap in League 2? I know that I think it was League 2 and League 1 introduced wage caps, but I know there were a load of issues with it. I don't know if it's been updated since FM24. All I'm saying is feel free to not call me a true fan of football for not remembering the wage cap rules around League 2 and League 1. I feel like most normal people can't name them either. I mean, logic does dictate. I could just try and check the rules, but let's be honest, this rules screen of Football Manager, it just feels very overbearing, doesn't it? Also, does it even cover the stuff around salary caps? I mean, it doesn't say anything about it. So maybe they don't exist anymore, although these rules do seem very bare bones. There was nothing about the ESC slots there, but I don't know where I'd go to try and find out about the ESC slots and stuff. Maybe, do they not exist in League 2? I don't even know. You know what, we'll just hope a useful inbox item appears at some point that adds some clarity. Zevcevic John has signed that new deal. That is a really good contract, I think, to sign him to. Even if he didn't perform to the level I hoped last year, I feel like he has the potential to be a pretty useful squad player, both in League 2 and probably also in League 1. I am wondering, are we at the point where I can go and look at some of the big teams around the world that sometimes produce good young players? All I'm saying is, if you've not looked to the CU Academy, are you even doing a Football Manager save correctly? If you don't know about this team, it's the Canberra United Academy in Australia. They produce loads of players who tend to be on amateur deals and can be quite good. We'll flick through all these players. The only issue, I suppose, is going to be work permits on any of them, if any of them are good enough. I suppose, actually, let's just check. Would these players be interested in joining me? Oh, my word, they would be. I mean, Harvey Austin's not the play, but there are some that might want to talk. All I'm saying, CU Academy, if you've got one of your gems, I'd love to have an Aussie in my ranks going forward. There's no one leaping off the page yet, I'm afraid to say. They have a lot of goalies, it seems. I mean, they've got a 16-year-old English striker. Do we just sign him because his name is Matthew Messenger? Was that the name of the bloke in Hot Fuzz? Have just checked, it was Tim Messenger. So that doesn't even work. Matthew doesn't even sound like Tim, does it? I mean, he wants to sign as a youngster. That, you know what? Matty Messenger, M&M, we can call him. Why not sign him for £100? I have no idea if he's going to be good enough, but it's £100. It's a free transfer. Why not buy him? I love the fact that we're not even in League 2 yet. And I'm already at the point where I'm just scouting and looking at random players. This guy's got caps for Somalia. I will say, like, I saw a few blue attributes and I saw the caps and got excited. He's actually not very good. If you are doing a save game like mine or just any Football Manager save game, please go check this team and let me know in the comments, was there anyone any good? Because, like, occasionally there are quite good players at this team. Sadly, on this occasion, there's not. Yes, I am now looking at players that play for the Right to Dream Academy in Ghana. What of it? What's wrong with that? This is another one of those teams, by the way, that can actually have some pretty good players. They've signed, Henry Yeboah has signed for Corinthian Casuals from the Right to Dream Academy. This guy's joined an Enterprise South team. Some people were probably looking at this team thinking, wow, he's cheesing it. He's looking at new gens that no one in your part of the world would actually know about. Apparently Corinthian Casuals know about them also. This bloke's 16. I will say I'm not really sure what position he can play, because his finishing, composure and off the ball aren't great, but his tackling, marking and positioning aren't good either. He can't attack, he can't defend, he can just run and jump. But he's 16 and I kind of want him. I made an offer of £0. I have a feeling he's going to say no to me. I mean, is Maxwell Jackson just worth signing to be a right-back option? I'm not being funny, he's quite good. I say that, though. Compared to Ollie Shield, is he actually good? Not really. He is also about to turn 19, so he's not as young as he looks. I'm just curious, what are the wage demands? £140. Why not sign him? I'll offer him a 2-year deal with an optional 2-year extension that I may or may not enact, depending on if he actually develops. I mean, I feel like I'm a League 2 team and I shouldn't be looking at players like this, but why not dream? Also, he's got Ghanaian and Belarusian nationality. What a combo. The only issue is that you're limited on the number of ESC players that you can sign and then get these work permits for in the Football League. And I don't know if using one on a backup right back is necessarily the best option of these limited spots. The Aspire Academy in Senegal. I'll tell you what, if nothing else from today's video, just learn about some of these teams. Admittedly, in this instance, they've actually only got 2 non-grayed out players who, well, he's not great. What about the other guy? Diakite? We've got Diakite. We could add Diakite to the ranks. He's 17. He's not really good enough, is he? I feel like I'm getting very carried away and we should probably just wait a little bit, you know? Also, Benedict Owusu, who might be the best of the bunch, he doesn't want to talk to us. Yeah, apparently Norgeland and Man City have an option on him. He won't be able to complete the move till he's 18. You know what? That is a fair point. That's probably a quite good reason not to join us. He's on our shortlist. We'll keep an eye on him. Also, is it the end of the season? It is. We're a League 2 team. Hold the phone. Oh, look at that. The UI's gone all red. Now they're in the Football League. We get the Football League background. Have got a few different players here with contracts expiring. Obi, Danaher, Reindorf, Camis. A few years ago, these were mainstays of the first team. Now, though, well, we don't need them anymore, especially on the wages they're on. Our reputation has increased significantly. You love to see it. We're now at regional, which doesn't sound that impressive, really. Right, rule changes for League 2. Is there anything here about the ESC spots? I can't see anything about it. National League review. Princeville breaks the box with his massively long name. Top goal scorer, top average rating. Apparently Corey Rioch of us got 19 assists. He doesn't even play for us. He plays for Scunthorpe. I mean, he got 19 assists and he is absolutely quality, isn't he? If he could play left mid, I might be tempted to make a move, but he can't. But yeah, whoever wrote this article, fire them. He never played for us. Also, I did just spot down here, we're the biggest overachievers of the year. Come on. The board wants to increase the wages spent on coaches. Can I ask for them to be spent elsewhere? Can we improve the youth recruitment? They think their own proposal's better. I feel like it's very rare that the board back down in that situation. If you're wondering, first games of the season, Dagenham and Redbridge at home and Southend United away. I mean, Dagenham were playing in the National South like 3 years ago. They followed ahead of us and got back-to-back promotions. We're following in their footsteps. They couldn't make it 3 in a row. We're going to look to do that. If you were wondering as well, Fylde won in the playoffs. So Fylde have been promoted with us. What is the season preview saying? We are down in 14th. I'm going to be honest, I was hoping we'd be higher than that. Saying all of that, this is the squad as they are right now. Loads of teams are going to release players on the 1st of July, so this can often very radically shake up these rankings, especially these relegated teams. Chesterfield, Lincoln City, Bromley and Walsall. Like, they're very likely to lose some of the players which dominate the Media Dream 11, which obviously makes it slightly easier for us to maybe creep ahead of them. I mean, you can see here, Lewis Gibbs is on loan at Chesterfield from Everton. There's no way that Everton are loaning him to Chesterfield for another year. Milan Lecce as well was also on loan at Chesterfield from Palace. Yeah, did Chesterfield build their entire team on loans? Because that's an awful idea. It does look like a few of their first team players and maybe their better players were in on loan. So hopefully they're going to tumble down the rankings. Enterprise Nationals signing of the season went to Tayo, by the way. I mean, absolutely deserved. And I've just seen here, Wolves have announced a link with Shrewsbury. You know that meme where it's a cat reading a newspaper and it's like, I should do X? Like, I think the original is I should buy a boat or something. I'm sat thinking that I should get an affiliate. Networking, senior affiliate, loans please. Loans please. Ian, please. This is really important. Oh, he's believed me. They believe in me. Let's hope they actually find a good senior affiliate. That could be kind of useful. Archie Stevens is available. Is Archie Stevens not quite good? No, he's not. Never mind. I'm just looking at the players here listed by world reputation. There's a few interesting players out here, but no one who immediately jumps out as must sign. I feel like getting to the 1st of July and seeing who the free agents are is probably smart. Oh yeah, I actually have to register players this year. That's a thing. Now, it's worth noting, you're only allowed to register a squad of 22, but players who are under 21 by a set date don't have to be registered. So, for example, Zevkovic John doesn't need to be registered. Neither does Abangbi. Neither does Richard. So I don't think we're going to be up against that squad limit. In fact, looking at things, I have 7 more spots for players, and that's assuming they're players over 20. So we're going to be absolutely fine. I do feel like this transition between kind of the National League and League 2 is kind of a significant one. With today's transfer special, because I'm not entirely sure, how the transfers are going to go, I feel like just kind of going through this process of a club moving into the Football League is kind of nice, just to show you all the nitty-gritty kind of bits, the inbox items, the new considerations that have to go in. Also, promotional and yearly wage rises have kicked in. I mean, should Mafiko be getting a 20% wage rise when I've just signed him? I didn't realise that clause was going to kick in immediately. Call me stupid. Same with Zevkovic John. I feel like the promotional wage rise didn't used to kick in this kind of situation if a player was signing a new deal after promotion had been confirmed. Am I mistaken? I'm now a little bit concerned. How much are we spending on the wages now? Because that was quite a lot of rises that have kicked in. We're spending 26,000. Obviously, not too much of a concern. We can very easily rejig the budget, and we can just rejig it more if we need to. There's a few wage rises there that I wasn't necessarily anticipating, but you know what? It's fine. And the thing with these wage rises they only applies to the first promotion anyway. So we're not going to get bitten by that again with someone like Mafiko. He's had his wage rise. Can't happen anymore. English under 21 Division 2 drawn. Is it weird or is it odd that we're in the under 21 Division 2 already? I feel like when you look at the list of clubs, should we be in this division? I mean, I'll level with you. I didn't really look at the under-21s last year to see what they did. How do I see what they did? If I go to fixtures for the under-21s and then go back a year? Wait, we were playing in that division last year as well. What about the year before that? But the year before that, we were just doing friendlies, apparently. I suppose when you see teams like Fleetwood and Loughborough Students under-21s, maybe it's not that weird. Or maybe it's weird that Loughborough's under-20... The Loughborough University has an under-21s is maybe weird. The fact their under-21s are playing in that division, maybe also weird. I mean, I am looking at the £1.6 million in the bank thinking, longer-term planning ahead. Is actually trying to up the youth level a little bit maybe not the worst idea in the world? We'll ask the board to increase it. Can I ask for them to improve the networking and youth recruitment as well? We can try. I don't think they're going to grant that stuff. If they do improve the youth level, it probably will also mean the youth facilities get upgraded. Okay, Maxwell Jackson, work permit, £20,000. That's not cheap. I guess we're about to find out if ESC slots are a thing, because there's no way this bloke's getting a work permit. Also, Matty Messenger, we can sign for £2,000. He might be useless. Why not sign a player from Australia just because they're English? Australia can have the Ashes. We've got Matty Messenger. Probably not great, though. That potential's not very good. The board have told me they won't improve the youth recruitment, but they have agreed to improve the youth facilities and spent £650,000 on it. I better be able to talk them into improving this or I'm going to be fuming. Ian says no. Look, this is really important, Ian. It's an issue close to my heart. Can confirm. I'm a football manager player, Ian. I just want good youth intakes. Recruitment will be upgraded and be considered on par with many other clubs of our stature. That really doesn't sound that impressive, does it? So our stadium's going to be done in a month. We're going to find out about the youth facilities in a week, and the youth facilities are going to take 6 months to sort. I mean, the bank balance suddenly doesn't look as healthy, but the reality is I'm going to struggle to spend this money anyway, so I'd rather invest it somewhere. Okay, we're nearly at the start of the month where hopefully there's going to be some good freebies to maybe pick up. There is a load of youth players here with contracts expiring, and I'm just going to release them all. Reindorf, Camis, Danaher, and Obi have all left. I'm a little bit sad about Obi. Like, on paper, he should be quite good, but he just never really got given a chance. Being told about a load of players who have contracts expiring. Some of these I do want to extend the contracts of. Many of these are actually players I probably want to sell if I can. Kyrie Pierre is in the under-21s on £700. I tried offering him out at the start of yesterday's episode. That was months ago now. There's got to be some interest in him. Equally, someone like Shane Byrne I've currently got demoted down a team. I'm kind of tempted to offer him a new deal, try and get him to commit slightly longer term to the club, and then try and loan him out. He wants £1,000 to be a breakthrough prospect. That is so much. I mean, the first team is currently lacking maybe a backup striker behind Jaden Williams. Of course, we have Jaden Williams, who we signed at the end of last season, but wasn't really given that much of a chance. He is Prince Will's understudy. Oh, do I want to give Byrne this new deal? I kind of don't want to lose him for nothing, because I think he's got to be worth something. On paper, he should be a great little forward. I think this is the kind of thing where I should probably sign him and then hope that by some miracle I can maybe get a National League team to loan him for the year and cover a lot of his wages, and he develops. Obviously, the fact that we're signing him to a new deal will mean that he's training full-time, which will probably help with his development. Okay, he's agreed to this. I don't think that's awful. In an ideal world now, we find him a loan that works. And if we don't find him a loan, well, he's probably just the third-choice striker for us going into next season. Okay, there is some wage cap rule stuff. We're currently spending £16,000 per week less on wages than allowed. I feel like just to keep on top of things, I should probably readjust the budget to have £16,000 in excess. And then I kind of know... I can't rejig it at the moment, but I need to remember, essentially, I can spend about £49,500 a week on wages. That's a really important number to remember. Clubs in England release players. I suspect that some of the players listed here aren't going to want to join me. Like, a 31-year-old Eze is available on a free. I'm just checking in case there's a bug. He doesn't want to join me, obviously. Kind of mad that Oscar Bob has not played more than he has in this save game. Man City have just neglected him for 5 years. If we get promoted from League 2, he might want to join us. Right, get it in the diary. In a year's time, we'll sign Oscar Bob. Probably not. We've sold 615 season tickets for the upcoming year and expect to sell another 200. I really wish you told me how many were sold last year. It used to tell you that, because 800 sounds big, but I don't know what we had last season. Alright, Stepien Uwamene back from his loan. I'm now going to make him unavailable for loan, and we're going to try and sell him. Kind of falls into that Pierre bracket. Someone who was useful in his day, but not worth the money we're paying him now. George King, another player who falls into that bracket. I don't want to loan him out. I want to sell him. He's in the last year of his deal. There's no chance I'm going to be renewing it. I mean, worst case of these players, I will use them very sparingly, maybe just in the under-21s, or maybe just as, you know, backup in an emergency. But obviously, in an ideal world, we do get them off the wages, and if we can get a little bit of money for them, that would be nice too. I feel like it's become a rite of passage at this point. We're now looking at players by last club, And you already know what I'm about to do. I'm going to go look through all the big teams to see who they released. I am going to add a minimum age filter here of 19. I want to get rid of all the youth prospects that got released and actually look at players that have had a couple of years playing for Premier League Championship clubs and have just been released because they're never going to reach the first team, but aren't, just youth prospects who have been discarded kind of early without any chance to develop. One thing to note is, because we're now a full-time club, we can attract players from all around the country to move and play for us, which does mean the net is a lot bigger that we can cast. I mean, Theo Giuliani, he's very good, isn't he? 21 years old. He can play right back. He can play defensive mid. He might be an upgrade at right back. I say he might be an upgrade. He is absolutely an upgrade over Ollie Shield. The fact he can play defensive mid is really nice versatility too. I'm realising actually a similar player we have who can play defensive mid and right back is Gibbard. And wowza. I mean, that really puts into context, doesn't it, this step up. I guess the next question is, how much does Theo want? 900 to 1.3 thousand pounds, but a minimum release clause to teams in a higher division. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, I've told him don't lock in any terms. I'd kind of like to remove the release clause. I don't mind a relegation release clause because I don't think we're at risk of going down. He actually spent last year on loan at Notts County in League 2. 27 appearances. Didn't play amazingly, but I think he looks great. Right back wasn't exactly a position I was really looking to maybe find a player for, but I feel like if we can get an upgrade on someone like Shield, I'm not wedded to the idea of Shield being our right back this season. Right, we're going to remove and exclude the release clause. He wants a promotional wage rise. I'm going to knock it down to 20%. I hate the sell-on fee. I'm kind of happy to offer him a longer initial contract if he wants it, but I feel like I need to get rid of the sell-on fee percentage. I'm going to try and sneak in a contract extension after promotion. We'll see what he says to this. He's agreed to it. We did it up the initial wages. I think that is one of those things where it's a short-term hit, paying a little bit more now, but actually longer-term, getting him on this longer-term deal with no release clause will ultimately save us money. I mean, that literally was one of the first players I looked at. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be lots of players to look at here. I need to find a left attacking mid. Maybe doing this by position is a better idea than what I was going to do. Daniel Isiche, Irish player, can play as a striker, but as a left attacking mid, he actually might be quite a good option. He's got really good dribbling, great first touch, composure and off the ball are solid. Really good natural fitness too. Last year he was on loan in League 2. He only actually played 7 games, but he got 3 goals in those games. He's a bit of a goal scorer. He doesn't have an agent to ask about his wage demands. He wants to be a star player as well. What's the damage here? £2,700. Absolutely not. One thing that is really important in a save game like this, and I talk about this a lot, but for newer viewers, wage structure matters. And what I mean by that is, if you have a star player on, say, £1,000, and then you sign a new star player on £2,000, your current existing star players are going to look at the new earner longer term and go, well, if he's on that much on the same squad status as me, I want that much money too. And so it is always, I think, when you're building a team in this kind of situation, worth having kind of a soft limit in mind. Admittedly, with Mafiko here, because he's on £2,000 as a fringe player, like, it's not ideal. I suppose the main thing is, it is mostly star players you need to worry about. Like, other fringe players aren't going to look at his wages. It's more about when the new highest earner comes into the team, that players might want similar wages. That's not to say that some of the players down here might not now want £2,000 a week, but we did kind of have that problem already, having gone full-time as we saw yesterday. But as we do go through these players, yeah, we do just need to remember not to blow the wage budget open completely. I think in my head, the soft limit I'm thinking of is probably around £2,000. I think that is what we should be realistically spending to pick up someone new. Alex Alcala was at Man City. Apparently he might want to join me. I think I'm getting excited by the fact he's Mexican. As if, all Mexicans who are based in England must be absolute ballers. I'm not actually sure he's that good. I mean, I say that. Compare him to Herbie James. He is really, really quite solid. He's not that kind of generational leap up, though, that I think we're looking for. I've gone back and started looking at O'Neill here, and I do feel like he is good. A Northern Irish player, great determination, national rep, good right foot, can play on the left and the right. I mean, there is a lot to like about him. And when you compare him to Herbie James, I definitely think this is an upgrade. The free concentration is a concern, but you know what? My concentration's awful too. And look, I turned out okay. I fulfilled my potential, I think. His agent reckons he wants £3,000 to £4,000. Well, you've just ruined that, haven't you, Gary? Well done, I'm crying. Just in case his agent's a liar, we'll just suggest an offer and just, you know, confirm. Okay, we've confirmed he wants too much. Moving on. Yunus Ibrahim. Now, I got rid of the option to look for someone who can play left mid, and this is just players who can play left attacking mid slightly. He's very good. He's got caps for Australia. Apparently, he's definitely going to ask for too much. There's no shot I can sign this guy. 1.3 to 1.8 thousand pounds. Don't lock anything in. I'm hoping, I really want to remove the release clause. I mean, he looks like an absolute baller, doesn't he? I'd have to train his play out on the left, but we can make that work. He only wants to be a breakthrough prospect. My, oh my, oh my. Oh, okay, he wants mental wage rises after games played. I mean, an £800,000 minimum release clause is very, very painful, but maybe we can negotiate that out the contract if he loves his time here enough. I think this is the kind of player where if I sign him, I'm going to end up having to renew his contract to remove the release clause as soon as possible. So with that in mind, getting him tied down to a super long-term deal probably isn't the be-all or end-all. I'm going to offer him £2,000. It's not quite, I don't think, going to make up for what we removed, but at least he's going to consider a move to us. I mean, he seems like an absolute baller, doesn't he? Like, he's capped for Australia. He's not actually played that many minutes either. He played for Central Coast Mariners in the A-League. But yeah, Brighton never gave him a chance. He's really, really good. I really want him. I suppose the only issue is he can't play a deeper midfield position, but maybe if I picked him up, I could try something where we have, like, out of possession, one winger stay forward as kind of like an inset outlet winger, and he could do that job. He could be the Mo Salah of League Two. So we've got Ibrahim, we've got Theo. If I get those two players, I'd be very happy. But you already know what's about to happen now. I'm now going to look at strikers that have been released, because like a goal scorer is always good. I love Princewell. If there's an upgrade out there, I'm going to sign them. Also, it's very annoying having to scroll all the way to A for Arsenal to begin things. Where are they? I'd like to think it's somewhat obvious, but this like period here where I'm looking for players, you'll see him when I actually find semi-good players, or at least players who are interested in joining me. There is a lot that's going into this method search, and it takes a long time. And yet, I'll be honest, I'm just a sick, messed up person. I get a weird pleasure out of looking for players like this. Like, this is fun to me. Josh Landers, 22, released by West Ham. 15 jumping reach with great acceleration and great pace. 18 determination, quality aggression. For some reason, they've played him at centre-back for a bit, which, to be fair, with his aerial ability, maybe it makes sense. He looks very good. 2.3 to 3.1 thousand pounds. I kind of want to try and sign him if I can. I feel like I use this compare screen a lot. Is this useful to look at, I feel like, when looking at players? I mean, here he is compared to Princewell. He is undoubtedly an upgrade on our current kind of main man striker. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like this screen is useful and sometimes I feel like it's messy, but I feel like it's good in videos at least to contextualise. Here's who I'm looking at. Here's who they might replace. He wants to be a fringe player. I'm worried he's going to ask for too much here, but and I did also say £2,000 was my limit. But sometimes rules are there to be broken. If I sign him to this contract, I mean, it's quite good. He'd be on £2,500, which is a lot, but I can afford it. I've included a contract extension after promotion and a promotional wage rise. Pain. I feel like he is absolutely set on getting £2,500. So with that in mind, I'm probably going to have to offer that if I want to sign him up. I mean, it's a lot of money. It's more than what I said I wanted to limit myself to. But for me, he has the template of like a really good striker in Football Manager. Like, I think anyone who's pretty quick, good acceleration especially, and good in the air, like, is always going to be quite good. Like, he's a bit of a physical freak. But at 22, there's like still room for him to improve. He's not really been given that many first-team opportunities anywhere. Definitely think with a player like this, getting him scouted is a priority. I don't want to pull the trigger on this signing if it turns out he's got loads of cons. Also, there used to be a screen somewhere where you could see all your scouting assignments ongoing and then, like, prioritise a certain one. I need to prioritise that scout report. Ladies and gentlemen, I found the screen. Josh Landers, prioritise. If you're wondering how to get here, by the way, you need to go to Recruitment Focuses. Then in the bottom left, it says Scout Priorities, and then it's here. We're learning stuff together today. That is one of those screens where actually I feel like the location I've just found it in makes complete sense. And yet it just felt like it was a lot of clicks to get there. I mean, we potentially got a right back, a centre attacking mid who will probably be our left mid, and then a new striker. That would be 3 new signings. I mean, our current first team is 21 players. What position am I missing for depth? I mean, to be honest, like the depth is kind of okay now. I feel like with the current squad, what I might need is an upgrade in goal, or at least like a new backup. We have Ranson as our goalie right now. I feel like he should be quite good, and yet he's never wooed me. We've got Melvin Minter as the backup as well for another year. We signed him a couple of years ago. I feel like he's actually quite a good backup, but maybe trying to get another player to be second fiddle would be good. Also, it does go without saying, obviously, as much as I'm like, yeah, we've got all these positions potentially sorted, got to remember, the players can still turn us down or get other teams bidding on them. Alfie McNally might be the world's most average goalie. Look at the number of 10s and 11s here. But for your backup goalie, is that not just what you want? He doesn't have an agent, so I have to just approach to sign him. He wants to be a backup. He wants more money than I can actually afford. I mean, I probably could afford it by readjusting budgets, but £1,200 to your backup keeper does not seem smart. Zach Geacock just here popped up on my radar because his former club was Birmingham and he's transfer listed by Lincoln. If I could get him for £14,000 and his wage demands are reasonable, he'd actually be quite a good backup. I mean, there's an argument to suggest he might even be slightly better than Ranson. If nothing else, it'd be a quality number 2. £13,000 for him. Do not mind if we do make a bid there. I guess the question is wage demands. Well, it was a question. It's been answered. £550, 2-year deal. There is a large appearance fee here. Obviously, he's a backup goalie. Hopefully he won't be playing that many games, and if he does play games, even with these two kind of sums combined, he's still cheaper than my current main starting goalie. Does go without saying. We will get a scout report on him. Apparently I'm facing late pressure for Theo Julien as well. Apparently it's a deal done, but his agent's trying to drum up interest. There is actually interest as well from League 1 and League 2 teams. Don't do it! Jackson's work permit's been rejected, but oh, okay, the ESC slots are a thing, right? So you can appeal the work permit for another £5,000. If it gets turned down, we have 2 ESC work permit slots. So we could use one of them to get him a move here. I believe with the ESC slots, the way it works is if he plays like a certain number of games in his first year, he can then just be granted a work permit on merit. I don't even know if he's going to hit that number of games for us, but I kind of quite like him as just a free transfer. I mean, I say a free transfer. We have literally spent £25,000 on work permits on him at this point if I hit appeal. I mean, LOM is my current backup centre-back, kind of 4th choice option. Maxwell's just not good enough, is he? I like the idea of signing a bloke from Ghana. I don't really feel like it's worth using one of these slots for. I mean, obviously, right now, I'm not looking for foreign talent, so I'm not going to appeal this. But it's one of those things where if during the season I find this absolute baller in a random nation that I can actually sign, or 2 of them, I guess it'd have to be, I don't want to not be able to sign one of them because Jackson's taking up a slot. Also, Finn Welch wants a new contract. He's on £300. It is basically, it's a bargain for me. It's a scam. Let's be honest. 3-year deal, £300 a week. How much do you want? 1.2 to 1.4 thousand. It's just too much for a player who's going to be falling down the pecking order this year. I will say it's actually quite a reasonable amount, but I am currently, with all the deals going on, very hamstrung by the amount of money I can actually offer to players in wages. So at least until these moves have happened, I can't promise him anything. Jackson's unwilling to join without a work permit. I'm just going to cancel it. It was a fun thought experiment. It's a £20,000 thought experiment. It's not a good use of my money. Gibbard is now developing concerns. Wants us to start more matches, mate. You need to accept. You're moving down the pecking order. You're a squad player. You need to ask yourself, if you really want to go for this, or if it's all just in the heat at the moment, I think he wants to leave, which is less than ideal because he is currently the captain at the club and the only squad leader. Yeah, that is annoying, isn't it? Offers made for Julien. No one like that. Who's made a bid? Carlisle, Chesterfield, Oldham and Bromley. Do I go and offer him a bit more? I've gone to negotiate with him and I'm locked out the transfer stuff because of the budget limitations. Let me up the wages because we can afford to do that now. I'm going to give him 1.8. It's a great deal. You know what? We'll lower the relegation release clause as well. Not that we're going to go down, but if we do, you can leave for peanuts. I do have a sneaking suspicion with these various offers from other teams in our division and the division above us, probably not going to join us. We've also had some offers for Kyrie Pierre from teams in Jamaica. Oh, come on down. I'm just going to accept all of these. The main aim really is to just get him off the wages. No offers for George King, Iwamene or Brooking. That's annoying. Theo Julian's accepted an offer with Lincoln, but it is just to go on trial with them, which means it cancels our contract negotiation with him, but I can now just make a new offer, which presumably he's asking for less than he was before. I mean, I'm going to offer him the amount that I was going to pay him before and hope that he will now just join me instantly, because for some reason his wage demands have just gone down, because Football Manager things. He's accepted that offer. I'm going to hope the fact he's gone on trial with Lincoln is going to put off other teams from making a bid for him. I always think it's weird where if a load of teams have offered a contract to a player and then he goes on trial with another team, it like cancels the contract offers. Like, I guess, I don't know how that works in real life. But I feel like in real life, like, you as a club, you should probably be able to go, by the way, we're going to keep the offer on the table. You can take it if you want. Similarly, O'Neill, who we were looking at, has gone to Wickham. Obviously, we didn't make an offer for O'Neill because his wage demands were unreasonable. Should we see if his wage demands have dropped? They haven't. Never mind. Oh, board return senior affiliate verdict. Have they found anyone good? Please tell me they have. Brighton, Arsenal, Newcastle or Everton? That is a lot better than I was expecting. I mean, who do we want? Brighton are the more local team down the road. We have this link with Arsenal, don't we? Where we love to loan players from them. I mean, Newcastle is another option. They are actually offering me an annual fee, Newcastle. Wow, they really love us. I mean, to be fair, we're already getting Arsenal scraps. Would Newcastle's kind of youth setup be the worst to tap into? Last season, they finished 5th. Arsenal finished 2nd, though. I mean, based on the number of players we've signed from Arsenal, Arsenal just feels like the most sensible team here, doesn't it? I'm going to recommend the Arsenal one. I feel like that is a really, really good affiliate to get. Hopefully, there is the option to bring in some loans. The Theo Julien offer kind of saga goes on. Aldershot and Torquay have now made offers for contracts with him as well. He is still on trial at Lincoln. Shane Byrne has just signed that new contract on £1,100 a week. Now, we immediately offer him out for loan and try and find a team that will just cover all of these wages. It's one of those ones where it's a lot of money for me, but actually for a National League level striker, I think there should be some interest in him, even at that wage. Right, I'm going to ask our staff to get a team report on Arsenal's under-21s. I'm also going to ask for a similar report on the under-18s. Just hopefully we can find out about some of the loan players that maybe we can bring in. Torquay have made an offer for Ibrahim. Oh, I really, really want Ibrahim too. Can I give him more money? I'm going to give him more money. I'm already offering one player £2,500. I'm going to do it again, because I really want to sign this bloke. I feel like now with that money I've just offered, if I don't get him, it was never meant to be. I was never going to pay more than what I've just offered for him. Oh, I really want him, though. Finn Welch still wants to discuss a new contract. Finn, this is not the time right now. We can't afford it. Well, we can afford it, though. You need to earn it. In my head, I picture this guy having a much more positive outcome. Finn, go away. Now's not the time. Ben White, by the way, has just signed for Real Madrid. Football Manager, eh? Princewell injured for 5 to 6 weeks. I'll tell you what, if there was not a pressing need to sign a new striker for the start of the season, there probably is now. Have just organised some pre-season friendly games. We had a few, but I've added a few more. For some reason, right, a team called Al Hilal United from the UAE, I think they're doing a pre-season tour in England. It just had them listed as a team that were eligible to do a friendly against. So, yeah, we're going international. I've been recording for over 2 hours at this point. It's very late at night. I don't think we've signed anyone yet. Also, our under-18 assistant manager has gone to manage Horsham YMCA. I'm fuming. Shelbourne have made an offer for Burn. Shelbourne play in the top division of Ireland. Do they want to play him often? They want to make him a fringe player, but they're going to pay 90% of his wages. I mean, that seems quite good to me. Apparently, he's a good player for League 2. Apparently. I'm not sure that's true, but even if it is, I feel like we need to give him game time somewhere. I was just looking at our kind of best rated players. James DeBio apparently has a good kind of quality for a League 1 team, which is kind of what I've been saying for a while, but it is nice to have it reaffirmed. And even if we go like way down this list to someone like Ranson, his current ability is decent League 2 player. So even like our worst starting players are good enough for the level that we're at. Also, the season preview has now updated with all the different players being released and stuff. We've moved up to 6th. So yeah, positive signs. Josh Landers set to sign. Oh, I feel so bad for Princewell, but I think I've got to do it. Has the scout report come in? Oh, it has. Please tell me he's not injury prone, inconsistent, or hates important matches. He dreads important matches, but he's consistent. I feel like that's good enough for me. Decent League 2 player, I feel like might be doing him a disservice. According to my staff, right, he is a whole star rating below Princewell, but this is also why star ratings are useful as a guide, but you've got to use your own eyes, because I feel like when you compare these two players, Landers is just, without a doubt, a better player. I'm afraid to say for Princewell. To be fair, Princewell, could I play Princewell as the outlet player on the left? He's not quick, which is a bit of a shame. But, oh, I have to sign Landers. He is so, so good. He is the new highest earner at the club, which is a bit painful to say, but if he can fire us to promotion, we're laughing. Chester have made an offer for Burn. They want to make him a regular starter. They've offered 80% of his wages. We'll accept that one. I'm kind of happy for him to evaluate both the offers that we've had for him on loan and make up his own mind for where he wants to go. Oh, Theo Julien wants to join us as well. He turned down Torquay in Aldershot. He's decided that the trial at Lincoln isn't that nice. He doesn't like Lincoln. I'm from Lincoln. I can understand why. Must not be a fan of steep hill. Look at him. He is absolutely quality. Welcome to the team, Theo. Landers in the team, Theo in the team. If we get a left attacking mid, like, we've had the perfect transfer window. Come on, Eunice. Make it free for free. Also, I just never scouted Eunice. We should probably do that, but I'm going to sign him no matter what, because at least on paper, he looks amazing. I mean, obviously, hidden attributes are a very important thing in Football Manager, but sometimes just a player's raw ability trumps anything that the Hiddens could throw up. I say all of that. I probably will check his injury history before I confirm any deal. Oh, heartbreak. I've seen it. Torquay have signed Ibrahim. I'm fuming. Torquay have snapped him up. What division are Torquay in? They're in the National League. They're paying him £2,500 to play in the National League. I know, that's bloody annoying, isn't it? Which means after everything I've done so far today, I still don't have a new left attacking mid. Which was the whole thing that I needed at the start of the window. Unless I just play Princewell out on the left. Which I could do. I just don't know if that is necessarily the right play. At the same time, I feel a bit bad about Princewell just getting kicked out of the team. So it's a way to keep him around. We have only got G-Cock potentially joining us now as that backup goalie. Which does mean with that kind of limit that we mentioned in terms of the salary cap in mind, like, we've actually still got quite a lot of wage budget free. I was going to be like, have the scouts found anyone new? They still really like O'Neill, who, you know, he could definitely play out on the left-hand side for us. It's just the wages that he's asking for are too much. Also, he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. I mean, if we get in the new backup goalie, our squad size is 24 players, and I'm actually kind of just happy with the team, which does sound really, really, like, copy. Like, I'm just trying to deal with the fact that we've not signed the left mid I really want, but I feel like our team was already quite equipped for this step up before we made any transfers. Okay, Gary Pierre's leaving the club. We get £18,000, but probably most importantly, he is off the wages. I'm having a look through the list of players that Arsenal have listed for loan. Horace Wilson. I mean, he can't actually play on the left-hand side, but he can play on the right really well. They'd prefer him to play with higher quality players. I mean, that's just a dig. Why sign an affiliation if you won't send me your best young players? Victor is an alternative, slightly less sexy option, although he can actually play left attacking mid. 7 caps for Ireland too. He is definitely a step up on Herbie James, who would probably be, as things stand, the left mid option I have. They want me to pay £600 a week for him. I mean, we can definitely afford that. I'm going to suggest this. This could be the first loan of many that we sign from Arsenal. They've got Ahmed Al-Khani available for loan as well. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm not going to be able to loan the Iranian international. Yeah. No. It would have been really good if I could load him. It would have probably been a little bit of a cheat code too. I am now just having a little bit of a look through their youth team just to see what potential loanees they might have for me to snap up. I mean, this guy would be great. Akinyemi. I feel like he's better than the other guy we just looked at. They want him to play with higher quality players. You know, in the next few years, this loan setup could be great. Ethan Campbell, nowhere near as good. Carl Smith as an option. I mean, he can play on the left, cutting in on his right foot. Great flair, great teamwork, great work rate, quick. I mean, he might even be slightly better than Victor, who I've just made an offer for. I guess the issue is, are they going to be willing to loan him to me? Or they might be. Oh, Carl. You know what? We'll make loan offers for both of them. Why not? I feel like Carl is the funner player. He's got more yellow on his profile, so he must be better. There's not actually a world of difference between them, is there? I feel like it just comes down to... Oh, which would I rather have? I mean, truthfully, Victor's probably a more useful squad player because he can play on the left and right and at striker, whereas Carl can only play at left attacking mid and can't play left mid. So he would be boxing me in a little bit to sticking with this outlet idea that I kind of initially floated. They have a bloke with Passmore who has 6 passing. It's the most depressing thing I've ever seen. I haven't checked the Arsenal under-18s yet, but yeah, these players are all just a step down. Presumably anyone who'd be good enough to play for me would have already been promoted from this team. Well, my loan offer from Smith was accepted by Arsenal. Within less than an hour, he's rejected the loan move. Carl, not a fan of the South Coast. Our offer for Victor, though, has gone through and I've not immediately been told a no, so that's promising because I do think he was the better of the two. I love the fact, right, you get a scout review of the team and then it says any potential loan targets will be shown in the scouting centre. There's not a link to the scouting centre, and then if you just search scouting centre, like, it doesn't show up as, like, a screen to go to. So which screen do they want me to go to here? Like, there is not a screen called scouting centre in the drop-down. FM26 experience, I love it. I'm assuming they mean the player recommendations just because there are some Arsenal players here. Annoyingly, right, I can't just insert a column to see all the players that, you know, were part of Arsenal's team. So that's good, isn't it? So I can't even go, oh, these are the Arsenal players. I recognise their names because I've already looked through the team myself. Oh, there's just certain parts of this game that are so frustrating. Okay, G-Cock is joining us. Backup goalie secured. Might start for us on occasion if I'm not that happy with how Ranson's doing. But for that price, you can't complain. Victor has rejected the loan offer. Oh, I'm so sad. I mean, Shane Byrne confirmed his loan move to Chester. Really good opportunity for him to go and get a load of football and maybe develop into a player who can feature in our first team. What that does rather frustratingly mean is that I've not exactly solved the left attacking mid option in this video. I mean, we have Zevcevic, John and Herbie James. Maybe Princewell? I mean, it could be worse. These guys are pretty good options for us. Now, I will be completely honest with you. We start the season in a little less than a month, but it's already quite late for me. Admittedly, we've only played a month of Football Manager today, but we have managed to sign many core first-team players. I already think today's video is going to be on the verge of an hour long, which, considering I'm up very late, gone 1 AM right now, knowing I need to edit the video before bed, I've not set myself up to be getting an early night's sleep. So I think the plan of attack, rather frustratingly, is we are going to end things for today there. We did make some really, really good additions to the team, though. Obviously, Matthew Messenger, great signing from the CU Academy. But in terms of getting Landers in, who I think is an absolutely phenomenal striker for League 2. Theo in as a new right-back option, which wasn't something I thought we needed, but now that I've signed him, I'm glad that we have picked him up. The fact he can play defence and mid is a massive bonus as well. And whilst it's not all that sexy, G-Cock is a good little backup. I feel like these transfers all make sense. We've been quite sensible today. And I feel like if nothing else, you've kind of got to see how this transition from being a part-time club to going full-time to entering the Football League has gone. Some of the frustrations that come with it, but also just the fact that actually, I do feel like we're in a relatively good spot. I mean, season preview has us in 5th. We don't have many players. In fact, we don't have any players in the Media Dream 11. But I do feel like we've got some good quality across the board. It has been a longer video today, so if you have got to the end of things, go down below and just write Justice for Princewell. That's all you need to write, Justice for Princewell. Lets me know that you got to the end of the video. I feel bad that I'm replacing him after the season he just had. But he has been injured a few times, and we were just overly reliant on him last year. I'm actually looking at his valuation, wondering if I should maybe try and sell him. Appreciate you guys watching today. Hopefully you enjoyed a slightly longer transfer special. We will be back tomorrow to start the League 2 season. I'm going to edit the video, then go to bed. Hopefully this video's gone up at midday. Also, if I don't say this, people complain in the comments. It's me, Jack, and I am out. I'll talk to you guys in a bit.